the Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Pistol Pete ready to start firing those pistols for the battle we have in store. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the winners of 5 straight, the Houston Cougars, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Ready to put it deep and get this game going. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Oklahoma State's offense will come out first. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. And the Cowboys will send out the punt unit.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
So the Houston Cougars offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
With the catch, it's Connors. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Houston wants to play fast. Caught behind the line. It's Broussard. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
Love the individual effort here by the wide receiver. After he has the ball, able to make people miss. You see the speed as he goes in for the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Pulls and fires complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Looking for space. It's Fields. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Flores. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Cowboys will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Nestles it in at the 35. Makes a move. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensive.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, the defense basically played that one perfectly, right? Against the RPO, they did a nice job staying back, hanging, watching the quarterback's eyes, and taking away any throw. And when he decided to try to keep the football in scrimmage.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Going with the ground game left.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Still running at the 40. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the first quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head to the second. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. First play of the period, first down here. Here's a quick throw out to the left.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Caught in the backfield, it's Connors. They'll stop him right there, but it is enough for a Houston first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Wegman. Snagged in the middle. It's Broussard. Sweet cut there. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. Lost to throw again. He makes a grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Got his man, and he will score! Touchdown, Houston. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense when number 3 is coming soon.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering what...
Oh, he's got some space.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Off play action. Shoots it to the left. Makes the catch. It's Freeman. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. To the air, it's Flores. Bringing the heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And the Cowboys will call on their punt team. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Connors.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. The sure hands. It's Connors. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice
touchdown, Cougars. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? They'll run it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellas, looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Stillwater. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
Here comes the Houston offense once again. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. They'll move the tight end. Little touch pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's second and long. Here's trouble, ball's out in the end zone. And they scoop it up in the end zone.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Direct snap. It's Connors. There he goes. Past the 50. The 30. The 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
I mean, let's go. That's a day's worth of yards right there on one carry. The home run hitter takes the snap, gets the football. He does the rest, shows off the speed, taking it 90-plus yards to the house.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Back to throw, it's Flores. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Cowboys have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Wants to go up top. He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
And the Cougars in a good spot here with second and short. They'll go right back to the run. Crosses the 40. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Cougars come to the line trying to convert on fourth down. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
First down for the offense.
They'll give it to the back. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Right back to him on the ground. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Houston! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Handoff to the single back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Got him downfield. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. And the Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. They bring the punter onto the field now. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Got it near midfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Using his legs, it's Connors. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Trying to move the chains, Houston comes to the line on 4th down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Houston going up tempo. They'll send the tight end in motion. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Gets the back moving. This is a designed run. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Boyd. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. Now on 2nd down. power football with the run. Turns just steamrolling the defense.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would love to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Looking for room, it's Hicks. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Cowboys will punt this one away. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. The Houston offense comes onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, dude.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. The quick out. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. The Cougars come to the line in the hurry up. Dropping back, it's Wegman. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop?
He's taking the shot. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expect...
He's got it and more than enough for a first down. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Houston.
One more play to pad the stats.
29 Philly.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to burn this defensive back. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing, even when he's covered.
He unleashes a long one. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.